Sponsored by
Taking a tough stand on religious phobias prevalent in the world, India abstained from voting on Islamophobia. India's permanent representative to the UN, Ritam, asserted that the prevalence of religiophobia against Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and other faiths facing violence and discrimination must also be acknowledged. Explaining India's stand during the adoption of the draft resolution on measures to combat Islamophobia, Kamboj stated that phobia regarding religion or faith goes beyond the Abrahamic religions. She added that there is a clear evidence showing how over the decades, followers of non-Abrahamic religions have also been affected by religiophobia, leading to the emergence of contemporary forms of religiophobia, particularly anti-Hindu, anti-Buddhist, and anti-Sikh sentiments.
However, it is crucial to acknowledge that such phobias extend beyond the Abrahamic religions. Clear evidence shows that over decades, followers of non-Abrahamic religions have also been affected by religiophobia. This has led to the emergence of contemporary forms of religiophobia, particularly anti-Hindu, anti-Buddhist, and anti-Sikh elements.
Providing significant instances, India iterated that the destruction of the Bamiyan Buddhas, massacres of Sikh pilgrims in Gurudwaras, and attacks on temples all contribute to the rise of contemporary forms of religiophobia against non-Abrahamic religions.
The destruction of the Bamiyan Buddhas, violations of Gurudwara premises, massacres of Sikh pilgrims in Gurudwaras, attacks on temples, and the glorification of breaking idols in temples all contribute to the rise of contemporary forms of religiophobia against non-Abrahamic religions.
A total of 115 nations voted in favor of the resolution proposed by Pakistan and China, while at least 44 nations abstained from voting, including India, France, Brazil, Germany, the United Kingdom, Ukraine, and Italy. Kamboj stressed that the adoption of the resolution should not result in various proposals being presented at the UN regarding phobias tied to religions, because that would potentially divide the United Nations into religious camps. Such resolutions might take the UN away from the banner of peace and harmony and the act of embracing the world as one global family.
That the resolution adopted today does not establish a precedent that could result in numerous resolutions centered on phobias tied to specific religions, potentially dividing the United Nations into religious camps. It is crucial for the United Nations to maintain its stance above such religious concerns which have the potential to fragment us rather than unite us under the banner of peace and harmony, embracing the world as one global family.
India urged the members of the United Nations to consider the broader scope of religious discrimination persisting globally, instead of resolutions that talk about phobias attached to a particular religion or faith. Ruchira Kamboj stated that though the issue of Islamophobia is undoubtedly significant, the world must acknowledge other nations as well which are facing discrimination and violence. Allocating resources solely to combat Islamophobia while neglecting similar challenges faced by other faiths might inadvertently perpetuate a sense of exclusion and inequality, Kamboj stated.
While the issue of Islamophobia is undoubtedly significant, we must acknowledge that other religions are also facing discrimination and violence. Allocating resources solely to combat Islamophobia while neglecting similar challenges faced by other faiths might inadvertently perpetuate a sense of exclusion and inequality. Moreover, the substantial budgetary implications of establishing such a position prompt us to pause and reflect on whether this is the most effective use of resources. Could we not achieve greater impact through a more inclusive approach that addresses religious discrimination in its entirety?
Nonetheless, the UN General Assembly unanimously adopted the resolution tabled by Pakistan, and the UN also proclaimed March 15 as the International Day to Combat Islamophobia.